Hey guys, wanted to show you something really interesting on the topic of pain and injury. A lot of times we think that pain and injury are directly correlated with one another, but it's actually not true, and I'll show you an example of this. So if you look at this graph that I've made, on the left-hand side you've got pain, and on the bottom you've got injury severity. So this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, and typically what we think about is when someone is severely injured, their pain goes up. So it would look something like that. Things are much more complex than this, and let me show you a couple examples. So first example is, let's take a paper cut. All right, if you've had a paper cut before, which you probably have, they hurt like crazy, so pain is high, but in terms of the injury severity, you're going to heal just fine over the course of a few days. It's going to get less sensitive and you're going to be just fine. So if the pain is high and the injury severity is low, we put kind of that dot right there. Now let's take a second example, and let's take an athlete who's at the top of their sport, let's say, and let's take maybe a combat veteran. There's stories of veterans who are in the line of fire and they actually get shot, but their adrenaline is going so much they don't even feel it. So in this scenario, the overall pain level is relatively low, but the injury severity is much higher. And so what you're actually seeing is these are actually much further away from that normal line as you would expect. Why this matters is this: how much pain you're experiencing doesn't necessarily equate to how much damage is done. And this is a really important concept when you're going to go to the doctor, when you're going to go to the chiropractor, when you go to the physical therapist. How much pain you're experiencing may not be a direct correlation with how much injury you have, which is actually a good thing. So once we get the pain under control, you do just fine. We just have to figure out why that pain is there. And that's where we come in to help, and we're more than happy to work through this with you. But I just thought this would be a good example of pain and injury severity are not necessarily directly related.